With these few words, may I set the set ball rolling for the panel discussion. It will be in three parts. In the first part, we will have a 5-minute talk by each of the panelists, giving their perspectives of talent management and how they view it. Thereafter, we will have the panel discussion proper, wherein I'll pose a few questions as the moderator, and we'll get an interactive discussion, hopefully with a lot of intensity. And finally, we'll have a question and answer session wherein the audience will be free to ask questions to any of the panelists. And that's how we'll go through this panel discussion. Hopefully, it'll last about an hour and a half. Thank you. And may I now take this opportunity to invite the first of our panelists to give their 5-minute talk, not in any particular order, but may I start with the lady, Aparna?
Can you hear me? The back? The mic's not working. Can you hear me now? All right, great. As I said, I think all of us received a note with all the questions that people in the group wanted to ask and asked us to prepare. And in true leadership style, I think only some of us have. So I think some of us would probably be ad-libbing at the moment. So I think at the end of the day, what was challenging for me from the topic perspective itself was talent management in the perspective post-recession. I think post-recession is a little too optimistic at this point of time, because at this time what people are talking about is more about, okay, the worst is over. It's not about the best is yet to come, right? It's only about the worst being over. And we've hit the bottom, there's no more to go and stuff like that. I think the recovery itself is expected to take much longer. So I'm not really very sure if I want to talk from the perspective of just post-recession. And in my perspective, and I think for a lot of us, I think irrespective of whether it's post-recession or during recession, talent management continues to be a huge challenge area. Especially because I think the reality is, especially in the technology industry that I have worked in for many years and currently work in as well, recession or no recession, there's always great jobs for great people, right? The fact of the matter is the challenge of hiring, retaining, and continuing to engage top talent exists irrespective of the market itself. The challenge becomes worse or even harder when the market gets hot and people around you start hiring aggressively, but the challenge itself doesn't go away. In my mind, there are 2 or 3 things which as HR, we need to continue to support our leaders on. Number 1 is to understand what people want. One of the biggest challenges I've faced in most of the companies is, as probably most of you notice, right? Leaders people become leaders after 15, 20 years of experience. The people they manage are people with 2 years of experience. A lot of times, what we see at home and what we see at work are not very different, right? There is a real generation gap at the workplace as well. We have leaders are people who've grown up in a different environment, who've grown up with a different set of rules, and the kind of people that they manage are not necessarily the people who believe in those rules. It's not very uncommon for a lot of us to face situations. I'll give you an example of a couple of situations we've faced, right? I have managers who come to me and say, you know what, this guy is not showing up at work. He hasn't shown up at work for the last 3 days. The question, and then you go back and ask the employee, okay, great, my friend, why haven't you shown up at work? And the employee puts back the question to you, he asked my manager, did I deliver on what I was supposed to deliver? Right? And the answer is yes. So what does it matter if I showed up at work or not? Things got done, didn't they? Right? So there is an interesting challenge about expectations of employees itself, about what they're expecting from their workplace and from their careers, and what really managers think their employees should be doing. And there's one of the biggest challenges around talent management, just matching expectations between employees and managers and management. Is it about getting things done, or is it about showing up at work? And that's just one of the examples, because there are many, many other such examples. It's about managing expectations. The second thing is about a lot of companies take pride in the fact, and I think Yahoo is one of them, and a lot of, I think people, all the people at this table, their teams, we all take pride in the fact that we really hire the best. We hire the best that comes out of colleges. We make sure that they have great careers in our companies. But one of the big things that a lot of us forget, and I think this is another challenge which we face from a talent management perspective, is are we managing careers, or are people managing their careers? Right? Because at the end of the day, it's about, I mean, you can take a horse to the water, we can have every structure, you can have every career path possible, but at the end of the day, who owns your career? And it's when you go back and tell employees, you know what, you own your career, it's really hard. Because as I think culturally in India, one of the things all of us is, almost every one of us, I'm sure people at this dais as well, and lot of people in the room, from the time we are born to the time we finish our education, our parents have told us what to do. You know, my son or my daughter will grow up to be an engineer, my son, my daughter will do an MBA, and so on and so forth. So you come into the workplace with the expectation of, okay, my manager, please tell me what I should become. Right? So who owns your career? Does the individual own, each of us owns our career, or does a manager own our career? Whose responsibility is it? And again, a huge mismatch to manage, because managers and a lot of leaders think people have to own their careers, whereas employees think their managers and leaders need to own their careers and make them grow. So that's another challenge of talent management, which is independent, I think, of recession or anything else. And I think this continues, especially in a knowledge economy, where we hire extremely young, extremely bright individuals who we need to continue to manage in a very challenging environment. Pass this on to whoever is going to get volunteered next to speak.
Thanks, Aparna, for your initial words. I think she made two interesting points. One was matching expectations between employer and employee, and the other was in terms of matching expectations between employer and employee, and the other was whether the employees are managing their careers or whether the companies or the organizations are managing the careers. Real interesting food for thought. With that, I think we'll go to the next member. Pramod, can you?
Professor Monish said, he defined, of course, it's a dictionary meaning. He said talent means he said it's a great quality. Now we always call sometimes a smart thief. Can you call it as a good quality? I mean, that is the issue. So when you define talent, I mean, it's a very, very vague, or maybe it could be defined in different manners. For me, talent is nothing but a blend of skill which gets converted into a competency. Now, post-recession, I mean, what are the issues we should take care of? I think that's the theme of today's discussion. If you get back to the pre-recession to now, I mean, there are several actions which the corporations have taken, like downturn, retrenchment, cost cutting, and so on. Now, sometimes we really wonder whether whether recession was required to effect these changes. For example, I mean, you hear, a couple of months ago, you heard that X corporation laid off about 800 people. And you also said this particular corporation saved so many millions of rupees. Now, in good times, don't you think that these were required also? And you also find the answers given by the corporations. They said the bad performers were removed. Now, how this same corporation kept the bad performers